So this is going to be the final presentation on the units of measurement. This is Objective 5, Part B. We are converting from metric to imperial and vice versa. And I'm using a method called cross multiplication in this. I think this was the safest, quickest way to get it done. We're going to look at those same questions we looked at in the previous video. We want to look at the imperial weight of the banana, 150 grams. So what we would do, we'd say the banana weighs 150 grams. We have the conversion. 1 gram is equal to 0.035274 ounces. We're using calculators, so these large numbers. They don't intimidate us. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we label two units, grams and ounces. There's an equal sign right here. Put the conversion underneath, the 1 gram and 0.035 ounces. We know it's going to be 150 grams, so the 150 goes under the gram, and we put the X under the ounce for what on. And as you would focus on this, you'll notice that you can now do a cross multiplication. So when we cross multiply, get 1 over 150 and 0.035274 to X. 1 is going to multiply the X, the 150 is going to multiply this decimal number, and that is going to give us 5.29, 5.3 ounces. The ounces would be different simply because of rounding. Still, the value is still identical when we look at significant figures. So when we looked at how many grams is a pound of grapes, again, we have grapes, 16 ounces. If grams to ounces, you put the grams, you put the ounces, put your conversion underneath 1 gram, 0.035 ounces. 16 will go under the ounces, the X will go on. This one, set up our equation, set it up like a fraction, 1 to X and 0.035 over 16. Cross multiplying, you're going to get 0.035274X equal to 16. And before I go to the next slide, after I did this, I'm really realizing we don't even have to say it's ratios because the way we had it set up, it was already in fractional. And so when we get here, the other side, we always divide by the number that is in front of the X. Is divide by the number in front of the X. Unless it's 1. If it's 1X, then you have your answer. So what's going to happen is we divide, cross this out, cross that out. So therefore, the X is going to be alone. So 16 divided by this number is going to give us 453.6 grams. But if you were taking note, in one situation, you're multiplying, in a situation, you're dividing. So if you don't remember whether you should be multiplying or dividing, simply use the cross multiplication method, which will be safer in terms of lining up your unit. So let's look at this car. Travel 17 miles. Break that 2 kilometers. I hope I didn't, but I hope I put the right units this time. And so when we set it up, we have the kilometer to mile conversion. Put your units first to make sure you have it set up. Kilometers, miles. 1 to 0.62137. 17 is going to go under the miles. And then the X goes here. And as you can see, as you do any type of cross multiplication, it's going to be this decimal times the X and the 1 times the 17. So this is going to be a case of division. Notice we're saying we have two ratios, but you don't even need the two ratios. You can just go straight to fraction mode, and you multiply times the 17 and the X times the decimal value. It's going to give you 17 is equal to this value times the X. You do that, you always divide by the number in X, and so dividing by this 0.62137, This will knock that out because this goes once and this goes once, leaving us with 1x. So 17 will divide by 0.62137, gives us 27.4 kilometers. Now, this method is also good because when it comes to division, you have to know which is the divisor. Of course, when you set it up like this and you have the fraction form, you know the numerator is going to be divided by the denominator as opposed to doing it in reverse. And then let's look at the last example. Add, it's going to be 3 kilometers, converting to miles. Okay, and so we have information set up the way we wanted. We have our conversion. Put kilometers, we put miles. Put the conversion rate. 1 kilometer goes under kilometer. 0.62137 goes under miles. Always line up your conversion with your units. We have 3 kilometers, so the 3 will go here underneath the 1. The x has to go under. As you can see, when with this one, this is going to be simple because 1x is going to be 3 times this. Once you multiply, you'll pretty much be done. And the difference with multiplication, it doesn't matter which one you multiply first. So therefore, we didn't need the ratio format. We could go straight into the fractional format, and 1 will multiply x and 3 will multiply 0.2137. Notice all you're really doing multiplying because you have x. Therefore, 3 times this value is 0.9 miles, kilometers to miles. At least I didn't make that mistake this time.